Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tim here. So, wanted to do this video kind of in a response to something that Ron Haggerty, Metal Ron, Mind Over Metal. We pick on you for all your names. We love them all just as we love you. Um, he did a video, and I'll try to leave a link to it down below. He was kind of thinking back to some of the music that he had let slip through his fingers over the years because at the time he wasn't interested in it, and he was questioning whether or not he should just stop, or should stop dismissing music that maybe he's not 100% invested in right now because tastes change. And I thought about that, and I went to leave a comment, and my fingers just wouldn't type because I felt like there was a lot more to say than just a quick comment. So I wanted to kind of respond and call it a thread starter from Ron, whatever the case may be. But I think it's an interesting question in the regards of, should you plan your collection for a possibility of your taste changing in the future? My personal take is no. If I were to try to think about what my tastes are going to be like in 10 years, I couldn't guess. So, a couple of examples that quickly came to mind. One is the album I'm listening to in the background, and it's low, so you may not hear it. I'm listening to The Joshua Tree from U2. And I've been a U2 fan since War. No, correct me. Nope, I'm correct myself. Since October. I was aware of them in October, and I enjoyed that album, and was just wanted to pick it up. But the one I picked up first was War. In fact, it was one of the first CDs I ever bought. The first two CDs I ever bought when a CD player came out were Sgt. Pepper's and War, and absolutely loved both those albums. So back then, there was never a thought of, well, will I like U2 in 40 years? I enjoyed it at the moment. As they continued to grow and get big, I continued to love and support their music. Zooropa, I liked, but they kind of did start to lose me. And I stopped buying them. But they've earned me back, and I'm trying to go back and pick up the ones that I've missed. Had I just continued to buy them, I may have never connected with those. So planning for them would have been virtually impossible. Another one was, I remember being 8, maybe 9, when Sugar Hill Gang put out Rapper's Delight. And I connected with it. I had to have it. And my family had never heard this. They were like, what are you talking about? What is this song you have to have? And when I got it and they heard it, they didn't get it. And I didn't care, because it was my music. It was what I wanted, and it's what I liked. But even then, there was no predicting how long hip-hop would be. I mean, if you listen to the people that were on the outside looking in, they were saying, well, this is just a fad and it'll go away. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Well, you know what? It's still here. Do I see myself as a 70-year-old man listening to things like Wu-Tang Clan? Sure, because I like it now. Will that change? Maybe. I can't predict that. But I also can't predict what I'm going to like in the future. So whenever I get, especially like when you pick up, a small collection, a big collection, those things that I don't know, that I'm not familiar with, I do try to give it a chance. And if I don't connect with it, I don't connect with it. There have been instances where things that I really never connected with in the past, I connect with now. Two that come to mind are Neil Young and Bob Dylan. I get it. A lot of people were singing their praises to me in my teens and 20s, and I just didn't want to hear it. I didn't. I wanted a more aggressive sound, a lot more, and I didn't want to listen to it because I wasn't ready to, appreciate the songwriting, the lyrics, the message behind. Even though some of my favorites were influenced by Dylan and Neil Young, didn't care. Didn't want to hear it. So our tastes will change and evolve, and I think you had mentioned, whether or not you're going to be in your 70s listening to like death metal and stuff like that, possibly, because it speaks to you now. And yes, we do evolve and change, but trying to predict what music you will like 20 years from now is crazy. If something moderately speaks to you and you want to give it another go, then keep it. But if you put it on and it's really not speaking to you, there's a good chance it may never. The stuff that you're probably liking now for the first time is stuff that you were, I don't want to say, I'll say you didn't connect with. You heard it, you saw something, but it really wasn't the lane you were in then. And those lanes do broaden as we get older. But I think that still enjoy what it is you like. But when you dip your toe into another water, do it with an open mind. And if it doesn't speak to you, I wouldn't keep it. I would literally move on. I think then it becomes too much of a burden of maintaining your collection and trying to figure out what it is that's going to speak to you, where you're not giving enough time to those things that are moving you at that time. So that's just my take, but I think it's an interesting idea because all of us, I think we can say we own a few albums because we're supposed to. It's the joys of vinyl collecting. We have to answer to so many different people. So I'm interested to hear what everybody else thinks about it too. I know Ron would really appreciate it if you shared your thoughts with him, because I think he really is at a crossroads. He's not really sure what he should do. And that is tough because, in this day and age where right now vinyl is not to say hard to find, but sometimes when it's in your hand, it's tough to say, I want to let it go because I may never see it again. What I do, and I've done this with CDs and video games and anything else I've collected, if I'm on the fence, I take it off the shelf. I literally remove it from the home of the collection. And if it bothers me, something deep down inside tells me to put it back. I'm usually right. Just a me thing. So anyway, excuse me, that's it. I'm done. But go check out Ron's thread and go check out Ron's channel. He really does. I mean, everybody knows him as Metal Ron for good reason. But, he listens to a lot more. And, I had the privilege to spend some time with him right after the holidays in December. And I'm really looking forward to doing it again because we don't live that far away. So I'm really looking forward to doing it again and just hanging out with him and just enjoying each other's company and having a good time, shopping for records, talking music. He's a great person. He's a great family man. So really go give him some love. So that's it for me. I got a lot of stuff brewing. Hopefully everyone's been checking out the contest that I'm running. we'll get into that in another video. But thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon. Peace.